Welcome back to the channel where we bring you the most amazing, exciting, and sometimes terrifying paranormal stories from all around the world. Before we begin tonight's scary story, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you can be the first to hear our spine-chilling tales. Also, if you have a story that you would like to share with us, then get in touch through the provided email. We would love to hear from you. With that said, let's dive right into tonight's story. The Magical Forest. I'm not sure if this is a true story or not. The problem is it has been passed down from my grandfather to my father, and now to me, and I always wonder if it really happened. My grandfather lived in a village on the edge of a magical forest. This forest was unlike any other forest. If you went in there for a walk, you never knew what you might see. The trees were ancient and huge, some over 200 feet tall. The tree roots were exposed, making walking difficult. The undergrowth was thick and thorny. The air was cold and misty. It was filled with animal sounds, birds, and creepy crawlies. It was the kind of place you didn't want to be caught after dark. There were strange lights that could be seen flickering amongst the trees. Strange figures could be seen darting through the trees. People who lived in the village knew not to go near the forest at night. Then one day, a man moved into a small cottage at the edge of the woods. He kept to himself, and people rarely saw him. One day he came into the village and everyone looked at him as he walked past. He was tall, skinny, pale, and had very long fingers. Everyone thought he was strange, and they wondered why he had moved into the cottage. They wondered what secrets he was hiding. People started to notice their children playing with sticks and stones outside their houses, pretending they were witches' fingers or goblins' eyes. They were fascinated with the stories that surrounded the magical forest. One evening, the man from the cottage was returning home along the forest path. It was getting dark, and the mist was rolling in. The man hurried his pace, wanting to get home before the darkness fell. Suddenly, a girl appeared in front of him. She was tall and thin, with a pointed nose and long, greasy hair. She stared at the man and asked him for help. She told him that she was a witch who lived in the forest, and her hut had blown down in the wind. She begged the man to help her rebuild it. The man hesitated, but eventually agreed to help her. As they walked into the forest, the man felt uneasy. The girl walked slowly, almost like she was trying to lead him somewhere. Finally, she stopped and pointed to a pile of sticks and stones. She told the man that this was where her hut had stood, but the man noticed that there was no sign of a recent storm and no debris from a hut. He told the girl that he didn't believe her, but he would help her rebuild her hut anyway. The man gathered some sticks and stones and started to build a small structure. The girl watched him for a while, then suddenly disappeared into the trees. The man finished the hut and left it to dry overnight. He returned the next day to collect the hut, but it was gone. In its place was a large, sturdy wooden building with a thatched roof. The man walked up to the door and knocked. A voice called out for him to come in. He opened the door and stepped inside. The room was dark and dusty, but he could make out the figure of an old woman sitting in a rocking chair. She was hunched over and seemed to be stirring a large cauldron that hung over a fire. The man told the woman that he had built her a hut, but she didn't seem to care. She continued to stir the cauldron and muttered to herself. The man felt uncomfortable and wanted to leave, but the woman suddenly turned to him and smiled. She had a long, sharp tooth that looked like a needle. She told the man that she was a witch and invited him to join her for tea. The man politely refused and tried to leave, but the woman blocked the door with her rocking chair. She started to laugh hysterically, and the sound echoed through the Then she began to chant in a strange language. The man panicked and ran for the door, but it was locked. He screamed for help, but no one could hear him. He collapsed on the floor, and the last thing he saw was the witch's sharp tooth. Before everything went black, the villagers searched for the man, but he was nowhere to be found. Some said that the witch had taken him away, while others said that he had simply vanished. My grandfather never went into the forest after that, and he warned everyone to stay away. Old Man Withers. Many years later, an old man named Withers moved into a cottage on the edge of the woods. Withers was different from the other villagers. He had a wild appearance and often wore strange robes. He kept to himself for the most part, but he was known to wander into the forest and never return for days. Some villagers believed that he was a wizard and that he had come to study the magic of the forest. Others thought that he was a madman who had come to live out his days in peace. One day, Withers was reported missing. The villagers became worried when he didn't return from one of his forest trips. A search party was organized to find him, but they couldn't find any trace of him. Some said that the witch had taken him away, while others said that he had vanished into the forest. Years passed, and Withers was never seen again. Magical Forest. Today, the magical forest is still there, shrouded in mystery and legend. Some say that it's home to all sorts of magical creatures, while others say that it's nothing but an old-growth forest. However, most people agree that it's best to stay away from the forest at night, as strange things have been known to happen to those who venture in. There are many theories about the magical forest. Some say that it's a portal to another world. Others say that it's home to the spirits of those who have died in the forest. Still, others say that it's simply a place where the veil between the physical world and the spirit world is thinnest. No one knows for sure what secrets the magical forest holds. But one thing is certain, it's a place of mystery and magic, and those who enter it do so at their own risk. Did the man actually get kidnapped by the witch? Did he vanish into thin air? What happened to Old Man Withers? Did the witch take him away? Did he run away? Did he just disappear? Was he ever even there? These questions have been passed down from my grandfather to my father, and now to me, and I'm guessing they will continue to be asked for many years to come. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe so you can be the first to hear our spine-chilling tales. Also, if you have a story that you would like to share with us, then get in touch through the provided email. We would love to hear from you. Now, if you're looking for something else to watch, then check out this video next. And remember, if you subscribe, you'll be joining over 3 million other people who love to watch scary stories.